Welcome to my channel. My name is Alexis, and in this video we're going to be talking about the importance of being of service. I wanted to preface that this might be incredibly difficult for some people. Many of us carry heavy hearts and find it very difficult to place, or find it very easy to place our blame on others who may in fact have hurt us. I find that respect and cordiality is always like the best starting point to, or like the fundamental practice for like keeping the peace. I don't think it wise to tolerate something from someone that you wouldn't tolerate from yourself. So what I'm trying to say is that we all have limits. We all have boundaries, and that's incredibly healthy. It's a good thing. Should someone meet you with disrespect, you have the right to be angry or upset, and you have the right to protest, or you have the right to accept what happened and process it in your own way, at your own time, or in your own time, or whatever time you want to process it. I found that the key means of restoring a broken relationship, especially if it's between you and society as a whole, is to dedicate your life to higher principles, a higher ethic, and a higher vision for yourself and others. You want to place your expectations for others as high as you place them for yourself. And you want to hold them accountable for failing them. As long as you're steadily working to meet those expectations yourself, the consequences will always be in your favor. Being of service means living a life of devotion to a higher cause, something greater than self, something that encompasses all others. For me, it's the pursuit of truth. Everyone has a virtue that they may strive toward above all others. Some may not even notice it throughout their lives or have identified it, but it's there. Other times, our virtues may change according to the phase of life that we're in, but again, it's still there. Either way, to be of service means bringing our virtue into the community so that others may benefit from its example. Together, in this way, we can lead the blind, the disenfranchised, the brokenhearted, the distraught. But it only works if we work collectively towards that goal. Obviously, it starts with our own behavior. It starts with our own lives and what we're willing to do for others. Right? So treating others as we would want to be treated, the golden rule means that we're willing to observe the law that we've created for ourselves through the choices we've made. Having mercy and understanding for those who weren't able to follow the law, but only up to the limit that we will have ordained for ourselves through our own experience. Use discretion, right? If something that you tried to fight against or you tried to beat and weren't able to for certain factors is happening in somebody else's life, and that gives you a sense of understanding and compassion for them. But if you know that they didn't respond, properly, or took enough action to kind of ameliorate the situation, then it should be on them, right? It's not your fault, it's their fault. And there's a difference, right? So the golden rule isn't all like high mighty Christian, like, let me forgive you about everything or for everything that you've done. It's not about that. It's about taking responsibility for your actions. And that's something that not all of us are willing to do. So we are expected to serve our communities, or rather, back on forgiveness, we can forgive a lot of things, but not everything, right? Sometimes some things aren't ours to forgive. They are somebody else's or God's entirely. And so we can't offer that kind of forgiveness to everyone. So just, hammering that forgiveness point. That being said, being of service requires us to keep our minds wide open, right? It requires for us to have a vision keen on a future that works for everyone. We are expected to serve our communities however we can to get the ball rolling for disadvantaged, discordant people out there. We should be willing to work for a system that works for all of us, that grants us each the basic entitlements of human, or the basic entitlements that a human should possess in the modern age, such as shelter, transportation, healthcare, job security, etc. We should give charity whenever possible to causes that have been proven to support those in need, to organizations that have been proven to aid them. We should embrace one another's differences and learn everything we can about all the ways in which our world expresses its diversity. If you have anything else to add to being of service, please feel free to enter it down in the comments below. If you liked the video, like, share, or subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great one.